Hi guys, it's me, Jesse, and I am here for another blog post. And this week I wanted to wrap up my series of gender posts with this nice pretty little bow. And this nice little bow has the name of the It Gets Better campaign. So if you don't know what the It Gets Better campaign is, it was a campaign launched in 2014 for the LGBT community. It was what happened during the It Gets Better campaign is various actors, actresses, um, talk show hosts, singers were interviewed on coming out. Those of them who had, whether they are transgender, bisexual, lesbian, gay, whatever silly label you really want to put on it, and they told their stories in order to create a safer community for kids and adults and just people in general who were trying to come to terms with who they were as these various, various sexualities and various genders. And I thought it was really cool. A couple of the ones that I would love to mention are Ron Paul, Judy Lynch, and there was, God, I wish I could remember her name right now, Ellen's wife, Florida did one, and then there was one more lady, Laverne Cox, and Tim Gunn. So they all did theirs, and I was inspired to actually do my own. So here we are. This is Jesse Carter's own It Gets Better video. So I will tell you right now that this is not going to be a tragic story. I was not born into a very conservative community, nor was I born into a very conservative family. In fact, I was born into just the opposite. My family is very accepting, and I was born into a town called Asheville that is probably the most liberal you can get, as well, I mean, except for some places in California. Asheville is the name of the place, and it is thriving. Its gay community, or its LGBT community especially. So there was, in no way was I ever, like, physically threatened, or was I emotionally threatened for coming out. I didn't really come out as bisexual until my senior year, which was just last year, senior year in high school. And there was really no reason for me not to. I think I didn't want to say I was until I was completely sure. Because for a long time, and maybe this is the tragic part of my story, the tragic societal norm that was placed upon the idea of being bisexual, for a while, especially, let's see, the first time I really heard about it was when Fergie, one of the lead singers of Black Eyed Peas, came out as bisexual. People assumed that women, especially who came out as bisexual, were they were attention hogs, and they only did it because they wanted the attention of the media, because it was at that time starting to be a very controversial thing to come out as liking both genders, and that is altogether awful and wrong and not true. It's just like, it's not a choice. It's just like being gay. It's just like being a lesbian, and it's just like being transgender. It wasn't my choice to, find women as well as men attractive. It just happened that way. And I think for some reason, I'm not innocent of doing this, but that made me a little nervous, because I didn't want to seem like an attention whore, because that's not what I was. I liked women and men. I like them both right now, and I'm in a fantastic relationship with a man, but that does not mean that I haven't also thought of, or actually made moves to being with other women. And all my blog posts have been about these, and this is just another reason that I hate labels, because it's just so silly. But yeah, I am bisexual. If you want to put the label on it, that's what it would be, but I like to say I am a human who loves humans. And I'm sure all of you, of my readers who have just discovered who I am, this may not come as a big surprise, but to some of my friends back at home, you may not know this part of me very well, or may not have guessed, but now you do. So here you go, I'm coming out. My story of coming out, I mean, I've already told you most of it. I was born in a very liberal place called Asheville, North Carolina. Asheville has been awarded the title of Beer City several times. It has also been called City of Sin, or Cesspool of Sin, sorry. And it's an artistic community. You can't go anywhere without spotting any type of art, whether it's graffiti or fine art or film or whatever. But it also has a huge, huge LGBT community, and it's a very good one. Asheville was probably the best place to have ever been born, to be honest. It is one of the most open places ever, and I love it for that. I mean, of course, it's my hometown, and it did get old after a while, and I wanted to go somewhere else. So, now I'm in Virginia. But it really was fantastic to be born there, because I was never, ever discriminated against. Most of the friends that my parents have are completely accepting of, like, different sexualities. Some of them are different sexualities. So I was never repressed by them specifically. It was just that one little, tidbit of seeming like I wanted attention. And that's stupid, and I shouldn't have ever thought that. And if you, whoever you are listening to this, and are dealing with coming out, you shouldn't feel scared, because it's not something you should be scared of. This is you. It's who you are. It's the old natural you, and it's not your choice that you're gay or you're lesbian or you're bi or you don't have any label. It's just part of you being human. Maybe I don't have a story quite yet, because not many people know about this. I do remember my very happy moment of coming out. I came out first to my best friend Maddie, or one of my best friends. I don't, like I said, I don't like labels. Maddie is one of my very dear friends, and she was the first one I told, and I remember her actually making the joke that, well, if ever I ended up not being with my boyfriend, she was totally open to being with me, and I thought that was cute and funny, and, it's a general joke between us two that she is constantly the bisexual friend or just lover who likes to be the third wheel in my relationship with my boyfriend. But I also came out to him. He was the second person that I ended up coming out to, and his reaction was probably the best reaction, and it was the sweetest reaction. He said to me, "I think it's sweet that you can love both people. I think it's super romantic and cute that you can do that." And it made me so happy. I can't even explain how happy that made me. I don't know what I was expecting. I mean, I knew he was super accepting of this kind of thing, but I just didn't know that would be his reaction, and it was just so wonderful to hear that come from him. It made me feel good to know that I am with a wonderful man who accepts me for who I am, no matter what. And then I told my mom, and I must say I was definitely nervous. I didn't have to be, but the fact was, there's this societal conception again of, when you come out to your parents, you should be nervous because being bisexual or gay isn't normal. And that is such a bad mental thing that I did, and I shouldn't have had that at all, but it's understandable because of all this negative stuff that surrounds having a different sexuality than everybody else. Saying it's like telling your parents you have a disease, and it's terrible. I mean, I can give you an example of how ludicrous this is. This is actually something Wanda Sykes said in one of her comedy skits. She talked about she's married to, I can't remember the lady's name, but she's gay, and she did the most fantastic thing. She described it being similar to like being black. So she said, you don't go up to your parents and go, Mom, Dad, I'm sorry, I don't know what to say, but I'm black. It's just like that. Being gay, being bisexual, being lesbian, being transgendered is so much a part of you. It's just like your skin. It's something you can't get rid of. It's something you're born with, and it's something you learn to love about yourself. I don't think, if somebody does tell you that you're wrong, that you're a disease, that you're disgusting, well, I can tell you you're not. These feelings that you might have, they're so totally, they are completely and utterly normal, and you should be fine with having them, because it is not bad, and you are not disgusting, and you are not unclean. You are you, and there is nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. And if you are having trouble coming out, I can't promise I'll always be able to be there, but I would like to be there as much as possible, to give you encouragement and tell you that there's nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong. This is me. It's just another part of my personality. I'm still Jessie. I still love who I love. I'm still me. It's just, there's another little aspect that makes me a little bit different. And I'm proud of it. I'm very, very proud to be bisexual. Very proud to be a human, and I'm very proud to be in love. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you would like, you can post your It Gets Better campaign videos in the comments or below, and I will be happy to watch it and listen to your story, because it's really cool, and you should be happy with who you are no matter what. So I will see you next week. This is the conclusion of I'll probably do more, but this is the conclusion of the series that I've seemed to be doing. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening. Bye.